Hey guys, it's Brianna Engel from Scented Dreamers, and I'm hopping on here today to just give you a little bit of insight. I've had a lot of people ask me about social media and how to be the best social media guru you can be, and I have to be upfront with you guys. I don't have all the answers, like, not at all. I don't have it all figured out. I don't use all the platforms, but I do consider myself pretty authentic on social media as far as what I share, who I am, and my postings, and I stay pretty consistent. So I just wanted to give you guys some tips on how I do that, how I run my business on social media, and how these tips that I think are important to running social media and using your platform to the best of your ability can help you grow, mature, and create a healthy environment for not just you, but your customers and the people who are watching your business. Because the truth is that regardless of what social media platform you're using, what page you're on, doesn't matter what groups you're in, you are standing on top of a platform where you have eyes on you, and everything you are doing is a reflection of what you represent. So what I mean by that is whether you are doing a Scentsy business or any other kind of business, you are on a platform that represents all of the titles that you share, right? So if you are working for a different business, or you are a leader in this group, or you're a mom, or whatever, a teacher, like any of those avenues, all of them, how you represent yourself on social media is going to reflect on all of those titles. And so we have to be mindful of that. But as it pertains to business practices, specifically, I wanted to just talk about how I use my social platforms for my Scentsy business, and what that looks like. So I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet because I don't feel like that I need to ramble about it, because I also recognize that on social media, we have a tendency to have a very short attention span, because we get lost in the scroll, right? Our thumbs just automatically want to do this. And so the shorter, the sweeter. I recognize that. And so I want to be very upfront with you and just give you step-by-step ideas on how to create a social media environment that is a positive one, but also is true to you. And so that would be my first tip. And it's a big one, you guys, because there is nothing worse than jumping on social media, scrolling through your feed and reading things and seeing pictures and knowing that what you're seeing is not that authentic person. That's not how they really are. That's not what you really know about them. What you're reading is not truth. And so there's nothing worse than that, you guys. And as a business owner with Scentsy and any other walks of life, I really, really try to maintain. And you know what? The honesty is I don't have to try that hard. But what I am fighting against is this highlight reel mentality that my life is great all the time. And I'm constantly combating that, because that's what we see on social media is people just presenting their highlight reels, and we know that not to be true. And so what I like to post about are my real life happenings, the craziness that I experienced with raising 3 children, being a law enforcement wife, doing multiple different things in my life, being a part of many different groups, but also running a stay-at-home business. And all that's super important to me, and I make sure that my followers know that while it's all beautiful in the grand scheme of things, it's all very, very messy. Okay, so if your life is a mess, it's okay to be honest about that. But there is a way to do that that is appealing rather than turns people off. And I know that might sound like we're faking it till we make it, but the honesty is that we don't want to see that your life is in shambles every single day, okay? Positivity is the way to go. And that does not mean that we lie to people about our life being perfect or not perfect. That just means that we put our best foot forward. And especially when you are representing a company or representing any other title, you want to continually put your best foot forward, okay? And so being you is 100%. You need to be authentic. And with Scentsy's core value being authenticity, it should come to no surprise that that's what we encourage and that's what we embrace. And that's how I look at my social media. And so I don't spread myself across many different platforms. I stay pretty true to my Facebook and my Instagram, just because they are easy for me to understand. And that's where I've kind of just naturally gravitated even before Scentsy. I would do MySpace too if that was still available, but it's not. So Facebook and Instagram, but also what you have to recognize is that technology is constantly changing, and it's evolving, and we have to continually stay up to date about what people are interested in, how those algorithms are changing, and just keep up to date with those kinds of things. I am not a guru on that at all. I'm a creature of habit, so I tend to stay within what I know. But I do try to learn and just at least stay up to date on what my followers are seeing and that kind of thing. But I will tell you that I am 100% me on both of those feeds, and I constantly try to remind myself to put my best foot forward. And that does not mean that I don't share when I have a bad day, you guys, but instead of posting this big long rant about how I had this horrible day and this person was mean to me and this person was so rude and blah, 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 I don't do all of that. I might just post a quote that when I opened up Pinterest, it spoke to me, and it's because I'm having a bad day that this quote spoke to me, and I might write a little blurb about it, but it's not some big heavy thing, but it is something that speaks to people in a way that says, hey, I'm human, you guys, and today was a hard day. And what I often find is people go, oh my gosh, that's so relatable. Like, I feel that, I understand. And I get a lot of people reaching out to me more so with those kinds of posts where I am presenting myself and opening up my heart and being raw with people. And it's not to say that it's always about sadness, but it's about joy and happiness and things that bring me immense happiness. Like, people love to see that. And when you are being your authentic self, it is really easy to do that. But when you are feeling sad, it may be harder. You may want to close yourself off, but I encourage you to just be real. And especially within Scentsy, I have to tell you that in my social media platforms, I use Scentsy in my personal VIP group. So it's my personal group full of current customers and people who want to be customers. It's their group that they get to see me daily using Scentsy, experiencing Scentsy. They get the first look into the new exciting things that are coming, my personal specials, all of that stuff. That is centered on Facebook, and that is their direct line to me and all their Scentsy goodness that they could want. And so in my VIP group, I use that as a more of like a lifestyle blog than anything, you guys. I am constantly posting about Scentsy, but it is not flyers. It is not buy this, I'm selling this is new, blah, 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 blah. It's not spammy in any way. I don't know the last time I posted a flyer, to be quite honest with you, because what I have recognized very early on is that flyers don't do me any favors, okay? People want to see real life you, and they also want to see real life Scentsy. Like, there is no reason that we should be sharing these flyers. Don't get me wrong. There are beautiful flyers, and I know people work really, really hard on them. But I am all for your face and your product and it going hand in hand and seeing a picture of that rather than a picture of a beautiful flyer. And that's just how I personally do things. And so I will take a real life picture of whatever I have and share that rather than sharing a flyer. And so my VIP group is filled with those kinds of things. But I'm also sharing about what I'm making for dinner, what my kids did today, the massive amounts of laundry that I have, my husband's stinky clothes. Like, I am sharing my real life and what I am doing in my life paired with Scentsy, because that's what Scentsy is. It's a lifestyle brand, you guys. It's something that we get to use on the daily. And if we're not sharing that, then people don't understand the need for it. And people don't understand how not only does it fit into their life as a consumer, but how it could fit into their life as a potential business owner, right? If they don't see that sharing Scentsy as easy as wiping down your counters every day with Counter Clean, then they're never going to know the power of being able to stay at home or earn some extra money or whatever just by cleaning your counters and snapping a picture of it. So we have to be mindful that those opportunities present themselves every single day, and all it takes is taking a picture of it with your phone and sharing it, and doing that in a way that is true to you, okay? Be authentic to you. And how you use your social media. And the same thing with Instagram. What I have noticed over the last year is that stories have taken off in a huge way. If you do not know what stories are, then you are living under a rock, my friend, because stories are everywhere. And as you can see Facebook has adopted the story mindset, and they have created this beautiful opportunity for your Instagram stories to go straight to Facebook stories, which is awesome because those two are now linked. And so I tend to do that a lot because I want people on my Instagram to see the same things that my people on my Facebook are seeing. And so it's a beautiful relationship, and you guys should be taking advantage of the stories. And stories are just quick blurbs, and they appeal to the masses because, like I said in the beginning, we are like so short on attention these days that we just want to click, 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 and we just want to get as much information as possible. And that's a good thing and it's a bad thing, but you can make the most of it in your business by utilizing these free resources, right? These free platforms of these networking opportunities to be able to appeal to your customers and non-customers alike, right? So people who are just watching you on Facebook, my Facebook feed gets to see the stories that are on my Instagram, which are 90% Scentsy. And so, and how I'm using Scentsy on my daily life. So no, they didn't ask to be part of my VIP, and seeing my stories is optional, but should they click on it, they're going to see how I'm using Scentsy every day and how that's a part of my life. And that's important to me because I want them to see that Scentsy is a big part of my life and that I'm loving what I'm doing, and that despite everything going on, Scentsy still has a place here in my life, and this is how it's making an impact, right? Because as I'm posting these stories about how I'm using Scentsy, they're also going to see that post about me earning a trip, and they're also going to see that post about me getting paid, and they're also going to see that post about going to Disneyland with my kids, taking my kids to Disneyland. Like, they're going to see those posts and they're going to eventually put it all together. And that's either going to create a desire to want to support me, or that's going to create a desire to want to join. And so if you stay consistent, which is my next tip, you're going to find that in the beginning, it may be crickets. In the beginning, you may be struggling to come up with content. You may be struggling to get likes or comments or any type of reaction to your post. But let me just be very clear with you. A lack of likes or comments on your post does not dictate the eyes on your business, okay? Facebook integrated this system, and it's a love-hate for me of being able to see who sees your post. And so trust. There are many, 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 many days that I go on my VIP group, and I have posted a whole bunch in there, and I've posted some really beautiful pictures and some really funny content, and I've gotten really real with people. And there have been days where it's 72 people have seen it and I've gotten 1 like. You guys, hear me clearly. Just because people don't take the time to like or comment on your post does not mean that they don't see you, okay? I understand the desire to want to know that we've been seen, right? We want that in our day-to-day lives. When we look at somebody and we smile, we know that they've seen us because they look in our eyes, right? And so we desire that on a platform that has become so attached to this idea of likes and comments, okay? But the reality of it is that does not dictate our growing business. All this, I just want to cover this and say, you cannot grow a successful business. I don't care who you are. You cannot grow a successful, thriving business off of social media alone. So if you are listening to this and saying, well, I don't get many likes or comments, but she's saying that people see me, so I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing and I don't need to do anything else because eventually it'll blow up. No, okay? Social media is a free platform in which you can utilize to help grow your business. Okay, it is a great way to continually have eyes on you and your business, to keep you at the forefront of people's eyes and minds, because when they jump on Facebook and they see that post pop up first thing, they're going to be seeing you. And at some point down the road, when somebody says, hey, I need a Scentsy consultant, or hey, I need such and such, or hey, I want to do this, does anybody know how to do this? You might be the first person that comes to mind because they have been seeing you on the daily for the last year, but they may have never liked or commented or even shown as much as a wink your way, okay? And that is just the cold hard truth, but it's not a negative. And we need to stop depending on likes and comments to fuel us and decide that that's what's going to keep us consistent in this business. Because I find that a lot, especially with some of my girls on my team, they get so discouraged by the lack of, because they are, and it causes them to not be consistent anymore. They decide that I've posted for every day for a week and I haven't gotten any likes or comments or interactions, or nobody's bought from me or whatever. So this must just not be working. And you guys, that is the furthest thing from the truth. Let me just tell you, I've been in business for almost 3 years now, and I can't tell you, I have an album on my personal Facebook page that has over 200 pictures in it that is labeled My Journey, and it's about my Scentsy life. And I post on there. I try to post on there pretty regularly, maybe like once a week. I'll post on my personal page something about Scentsy, if it's not a share from my business page. And people know, like, or I think people should know that, like, I'm a Scentsy consultant. But what I find is that almost regularly, we're talking like once a month, twice a month, I will get people coming to me from my Facebook page saying, hey, I need some Scentsy. Like, do you still sell Scentsy? Whatever. And I have been a Scentsy consultant for almost 3 years. So people are watching me. People are watching my journey, and they're watching to see what's going to happen. They're going to wait to see how consistent are you going to be. And your social media platform, as quiet as it may be, is just that. It's a platform that people are watching you. They are watching to see what's going to happen, okay? In a world where people give up so easily, people throw away what's broken, people get tired of doing the same old thing, whatever, they're watching to see how long is this going to last. And the choice is yours, whether you prove them wrong or you prove them right, okay? And so I want you to recognize that the lack of comments, the lack of likes, or reactions on your post has nothing to do and should not dictate with how you continually run your business on social media. And so staying consistent in that avenue is going to be key to the success that you see as far as your social media goes down the road, okay? And the moment that you get that first person that says, hey, I've been watching you, I'm curious about your Scentsy journey, or can I buy something from you? And it's been months, you're going to recognize that feeling of saying, this is why I keep doing it. And as time goes on, and however long you've been a Scentsy consultant or any type of business, no matter how long you've been doing it, there will be ebbs and flows of your business where it seems like that you're on fire. People are loving what you're posting. You couldn't be more excited about what you're doing. And then there's going to be times where you feel like you're on fire and people are waiting to stomp you out by totally disregarding your post, not commenting on anything. And you guys, we have to learn to not take that personally, because it has nothing to do with us, okay? And it has everything to do with the audience, the environment, the algorithms. Like, those are things that we cannot control. But what we can control is our consistency and how we act on social media. And the other thing that I have to say about social media etiquette is, yes, be you. Be 100% authentic as your best self, okay? So I will tell my girls, and this is speaking from a Scentsy perspective as far as running a business, and the brand that we represent, there has to be an etiquette on social media that we display in all areas of social media. So just because you have a VIP page and you act real great on there, and then you get on your personal page and start talking all this smack about the president and start bringing up politics in every conversation, arguing with people, bringing up controversial topics. Like, if you're doing all that over there, don't think that the people in your VIP page don't see, don't notice, or don't care that you're acting that way over here, okay? You cannot be two different people, and they will recognize which person you are. And if it does not mend well with who they are, if they can't relate to you, they're gone. They're gone. So if you are doing this over here and getting silence over here, it's time to reevaluate, okay? You have to be your best self. And that does not mean don't be authentic. That means be your best self as a business owner. And you have to ask yourself, honestly, if you were to walk into a business and heard people talking the way that you talk on social media to other people in the room, talking smack to somebody, saying what you say that doesn't fit well with your morals or whatever, if you heard a business owner talking like that, ask yourself if you'd come back, if you would purchase from them, if you would take one more step in that door. Okay. And if the answer to that is no, then you really need to reevaluate who you are on social media. That does not mean that you're not allowed to have those opinions. That does not mean that you're not allowed to feel that way. That does not mean that some things don't anger you and you really want to pop off. Like I said, I'm a law enforcement officer's wife, okay? There are a lot of things on social media that really grind my gears, okay? I am the first one to get real heated about those kinds of things, but I will be the last one to pick a fight about somebody over it on social media. You will not argue people into church. You will not argue people to cross over political lines. You will not argue people any which way on social media, okay? Nobody has been reformed by a social media argument about a comment war. Not a single person, okay? So it's not worth it. And you are representing something much bigger than that, and you need to take a step back each time you feel led to snap back. You need to take a step back and ask yourself, is it worth it? Is it worth losing customers over this one argument where you are not going to win? Okay, you may feel high and mighty for a minute, a hot minute, and girls, sometimes it feels good, but you will not win what you are trying to achieve here. So keep this in the back of your mind, which is your business. Okay, you need to sustain your business and not let an argument be the cost. Okay, so be you, be your best self on social media. Do not get crazy. You can have opinions, okay? And you can talk about those opinions with your best friend, with your mom, with your dad, with whoever will listen to you, your husband, your spouse. Those are the places for those opinions because those people will still love you and it's not for the world to see, okay? Social media has taken over and has led people to believe that everybody needs to know your every waking opinion, and that is just simply not the truth, okay? And I'm speaking as a business owner and probably for the masses when I say that not everything needs an opinion, okay? And that's hard, you guys. I have an opinion about everything. I really do. Honest to goodness, I probably have an opinion about everything, and I don't know everything. So it's not a good look. I'm telling you, okay? And I've been in those situations where I've had somebody tell me this exact same thing. So hear me when I say I get it. But I also recognize that for almost 3 years now, I have built up a business and I have continually been working on putting my best foot forward as far as how I am maturing on social media and what I am posting and the content that I am using. And I recognize that my business has grown leaps and bounds from even when I've started. And I wasn't acting a fool when I started, but I recognize the impact of being my best self and continuing to be better has had on my business. And you guys, it is an awesome feeling to know that you are in complete control when you hop on Facebook or when you hop on social media, and that your business is a good representation of your best self, okay? And there is no reason to jeopardize that over a political conversation, okay? It's just not worth it, I promise you. So with that being said, use your platforms for good, okay? That does not mean you have to be, giving away all the money or doing free stuff all the time. Like, you don't have to be doing all of that, but be the light, okay? That's what our world needs more of, and definitely what social media needs more of. And so when you get on social media and you're getting ready to post something that makes people feel good, okay? We don't need any digs at people. We don't need any of that, okay? There's enough of that to go around, and people open up their social medias every single day, and it does not matter who they are. They have somebody on their social media who is good for a negative comment, a negative post, a negative meme, whatever, okay? We have those people already. What would be refreshing is somebody who jumps on social media and posts something that's really enlightening, that's really funny, that's really kind, that speaks to us. And if not you, it will be somebody else. And when it's somebody else, that person is going to get more of the attention that you want and the more eyes on their stuff than yours. And this is not meant to be a competition, but I want you to realize that when I get on social media, if I do feel like I'm in a scrolling mood, it's not necessarily that I'm scrolling, but I'm typing in the search bar my friends who make me feel good. I want to go on their page and see what they're posting, because I don't get on social media to get down on myself. I get on social media to be inspired. So my Instagram, I have full control. So I'm only following people who make me feel good, who inspire me, who push me to be better, by what they post, strictly by what they post. And it's not meant to be condemning. It's not meant to be condescending, but it's meant to be convicting, and it makes me want to be a better version of me. See how that works? And so if you are continually posting stuff that is making people feel like they want to be their best selves, not only are you going to have their respect and feel more relatable to those people who are watching you, but you are going to be pulled in by those people so other people have their eyes on you too, because all of a sudden it's, hey, come join my friend's VIP page. She posted something really funny the other day and it cracked me up, made me think of you. So come join this, okay? That person may not know Scentsy at all, okay? But all of a sudden they're in your VIP because of something positive that you posted, and now they're seeing all of your Scentsy, okay? So be that person who sheds more positive in this world, okay? I don't even want to say more positive than negative, because there shouldn't be negative. It should not be it should not be your personal diary. It should not be your place to rant. Like, get a pen and paper and write it out, girl. But Facebook and Instagram are not the places for it whatsoever. End of story, okay? And my other thing that I really, 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 really want to reiterate is, when I say be you and be 100% your best self, I want you to be you in all of the best ways, okay? So, for example, I am a mom of 3, okay? And I do share about my mom life a little bit here and there. What I don't share is not for lack of wanting to necessarily, especially on my Instagram where I have like random people following me. But like in my VIP, I'm more open about it. But just because of my husband's profession, I choose to stay a little bit more guarded on my Instagram. However, I do love to share my passion for law enforcement, and hear me. I share that I love law enforcement and that I am a wife and that I am pro law enforcement, but I'm not there to pick fights. And what I post is maybe personal or whatever, but I'm not there for the comments. I'm not there for the fighting about it. I'm not taking a political stance. I'm just simply sharing that this is part of who I am. And if you go look at my PWS, it's bars and badges, and it's just part of my brand, okay? And because it's something that means a lot to me, but I'm not there for a fight. I understand that can be a little controversial. Bite my tongue. I understand that, but I'm not there for that, okay? So one of the things that people will tell you that they know about me is that I support law enforcement. The other thing people know that I love, Jesus, okay? Again, one of those hot buttons, right? And you're probably asking yourself, like, I thought you said stay away from all that controversial stuff. Absolutely 100% stay away from it. But what I will not stay away from is telling people that I love Jesus. I'm not forcing you to love Jesus. I'm not talking about what do you think or what do you believe. I'm just posting on my social media my sermon for today, or a scripture that really spoke to me because I'm having a hard day, or my love for Jesus, or what I'm reading about him today, or how I'm choosing to be more like his image today. Whatever, it's not up for discussion, but it's part of who I am. And so that is my best self, okay? The other thing that people know that I love is Friends, the TV show. Quite obsessed with it, okay? I post about it on my personal page, on my VIP page, everywhere you look. I'm talking about Friends somewhere, okay? And I love it. That is a lighthearted, really can't hate on it, space that I have found, that I have gained a lot of new friends that were once just customers. Because I expressed that I love Friends so much, all of the sudden I have gained a whole new variety of people who I had no idea loved Friends just as much as I do. And all of the sudden there's this relationship blooming, and it goes deeper than Scentsy, which allows them that opportunity to really understand that, like, I'm just a mom, and I'm just a person who loves Scentsy, and I love Friends, and all of those things combined make me part of who I am, and they like that. They like to get to know you. So if you really love The Office, if you really love dogs, if you really love cats or birds, or you really love this funny Netflix documentary, or you really love gardening or whatever it is, talk about it. And if it's not Scentsy related, talk about it, okay? I use the rule 80% Scentsy and 20% real life on my VIP page, because of course it's there for Scentsy, right? So I try to bring Scentsy in as much as possible. Again, how I'm using it in my real life. But I'm also talking about my real life and what I love. And on my Instagram stories, it's probably more 50-50 than anything. I'm talking about Scentsy, but I'm also like sharing things. I love Enneagram numbers. I'm a 3, by the way. I'm a 3 wing 2. I love talking about my Enneagram numbers. I love talking about Jesus. I talk about country music a lot because it's my favorite genre of music. Talking about Jesus, like on my Instagram, it's about 50-50, but in my VIP, it's about 80-20, you guys. And the thing is about social media and about running a business is that when you invite people into a separate entity on social media, like a VIP group, a business page, a specific Instagram page for your business, you are already inviting them into an environment where they believe that what they are going to be talked about is that specific product. It's about Scentsy, right? So they already know, like they may be really excited about it, but like they can pretty much guarantee that all they're going to hear about is Scentsy, okay? And that's fine. That's fine. But if I'm sharing Scentsy in a really real and authentic way, I don't need to be shoving it down their throat every single waking moment. What I would rather do is show them how great Scentsy is because I use it in my life and this is how I'm using it. But also, while you're here, let me give you an opportunity to get to know me, and it gives them a chance to open up so I can get to know them, right? Because in Scentsy, this is a relationship business, okay? I want to get to know the people around me better because it helps in all areas of my life. Like I want to have good friends that I know and that I like and that I trust and that we have something in common, but I also want to have friends that I can know, hey, they really love this scent. And so when their birthday comes around or when they want to buy Scentsy, I know what to like move them towards. And that's a really powerful thing. And so if you take your platforms and you use it as an opportunity to not just share Scentsy and not just push product, but you use it as a relationship platform, which is what social media was created for, you guys. Let's not forget, social media was a way to connect with people who were not close in proximity, geography, distance. Like that was the reason for social media. And so if you are not still using your social media platforms, regardless if you have a business to further relationships, then you're doing it wrong and you have moved past that core reason why social media was even invented. And I have to be honest with you guys, people still crave that. People still want to jump on social media and be connected. And we have fallen so far past just wanting that some people just depend on it. They just depend on social media to be the only lifeline to their emotional friend tank. And that's a scary thing. But if you can be a positive light in their world, if that's what they're using, and you are building a relationship with them that looks like a foundation that you can continually build on as it pertains to Scentsy and other areas of your life that you get to share with them and vice versa, you're not going to just see your business grow, okay? And I don't care why you started this business. I don't care what your reason for sticking around is. If you are not investing in your customers and trying to at least attempt to make a connection with them in some way, your business won't last because people are no longer looking for just a product. They're looking for an experience and they're looking for a relationship that keeps them coming back to you, okay? Because if they were just looking for a product, they can get on Scentsy.com and find some random consultant, okay? But at the end of the day, they chose to be in your VIP. They chose to like your Facebook page. They chose to follow you on Instagram. Give them an experience that's worth sticking around for and that connects them to you in a way that says, you know what? I don't care that I've got a Scentsy consultant living next door. I really like my girl over there down the street or that lives in the next town. I don't care if I have to pay shipping. I really like her. You know why? Because she loves friends. And like, I love the things that she posts in her VIP. Those are the things that are key, okay? And we cannot stray far from that, because you will fall into a hole that is dark, and it will leave you with not a lot of longevity, because a business that is not based on relationships and connectivity is dying. If it's not growing, it's dying, and you have to be continually growing those relationships, okay? So yeah, that's what I have for you as far as social media goes. I'm sorry I ran a little long. I wanted to keep it short, but I'd say 35 minutes is pretty good. So if you have any questions, drop them below. And you can come follow me on my Instagram, which is scentedgal_Brianna on Instagram, or hit me up down below or on Facebook. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. Let me know, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.